It is Tuesday, March 22nd in the NBA, and I'm back with my favorite plays. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's recap yesterday real quick, but first, we have a special guest because, boom, the brooms are out. A 3-0 day. We were awfully due for a sweep, so bring them out. It's been a weird March so far, but boy, did we deserve that. Our best bet of the day, Darius Garland, over 9.5 assists, was a sweat-free. He cashed early in the third quarter. I think he ended up like 16 assists. We added Russell Westbrook over 5.5 assists after the video, and he hit that easily in the first half. And then our last play, we were just relying on Nikola Vucevic. And man, oh man, did he clutch up. So we'll be wearing the Vucevic jersey. Let's change into it. That is much better for Vucevic. It's the free shirt I got from a Magic game. But he clutched up. I'll put his StatCast on the screen. 3 offensive rebounds at the end. We'll take it. Hopefully you saw my comment that we weren't going to take Cade Cunningham because his line was way too high. He didn't end up going under, but hopefully we helped you make some money. Let's keep building that momentum. Today we only have 4 games on in the NBA. We don't want to force a lot today, but if you're new to the Call on Our Shot community, welcome aboard. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to go down below, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. We got not only the daily NBA videos going on through the end of the NBA playoffs, but we got MLB videos on the horizon. They'll be daily, probably posted before this regular NBA video. We got a lot to be excited about, so join the community, hit that subscribe button, click that like button too for the sweep. Shout out again to our COS All-Stars. If we helped you make some money yesterday, consider becoming an All-Star. If it helps support the channel, helps us do everything for free. You get some cool extra perks too, like the plays an hour or 2 early. You get some custom emojis. You get your name shouted out in the video. The best part, it only costs $2.99. $2.99 a month, less than the price of coffee. We appreciate all the All-Stars joining the community. Our newest ones, Scott and Elijah, welcome back. We appreciate you guys. It is Tuesday, so we appreciate it. It's Tuesday, no better time to become an All-Star because today is also Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, super cool betting app available in a lot of U.S. states, especially the ones that don't have legalized sports betting just yet, but they do player prop. It's the best place you can do player prop parlays, and on Tuesdays they do a Taco Tuesday promotion, so where they lower random players' lines. Let's say you like Trae Young's over tonight in Madison Square Garden. The bet lowers line from whatever 28.5, 29.5 it is to maybe 24.5. Give you a better chance of hitting. So the best part, the coolest part for PrizePicks, if you sign up using code COS at your sign up or the link in the description, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Essentially, you use code COS or the link in the description, you deposit $100, you get another free $100 to play with on your parlays. Check it out if you're interested. It helps support the community. The link is in the description, COS, or the code as well. We appreciate it. Long intro. Let's get into today's action. We only got 4 games on today. No reason to force a lot of plays. Let's get in the best bet of the day. Drum roll, please. It is an Orlando Magic player. Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 rebounds, minus 114 on FanDuel. Now, when I went to bed last night, this was slowly getting more and more juiced, and when I woke up, it was at minus 114 on FanDuel. Some books are approaching the minus 125, minus 130. If that's your book and that's what your line is, consider taking his double-double prop. He's going to get the 10-plus points most likely. Now, if it does go up to 10.5, I'd play that probably at a half-unit play. But let's talk about Wendell and the Magic as they are at home taking on the Warriors. Now, normally, I don't target a lot of rebounding overs against the Warriors when Draymond Green's fully healthy. Now, luckily, he's still on a minutes restriction. He's not going to play more than 20 to 25 minutes max today. And the likelihood happen. What I love most about Draymond is that he's going to get replaced by guys like Otto Porter Jr., Nemanja Bjelica, Jonathan Kuminga. And that bodes well for us because that means Mo Bamba likely gets played out of this game. Normally, they don't play Mo Bamba a lot of minutes unless he's against another opposing big man that also tries to go down in the paint, just like the New Orleans Pelicans, where they have Jackson Hayes and Jonas Valanciunas. But look, so I'd consider Mo's unders, but he didn't have a line as of right now. Now, let's talk about Wendell. Last 3 games against Golden State, 12, 13, and 12 rebounds, easily crushing this over in all 3 games on the season. This is below Wendell's line. He's averaging 10.5 rebounds per game this season. He's been very good over the last 12 games, averaging 11.8 rebounds per game over that time span, hitting this over in 10 of 12 games. His only 2 misses came against Brooklyn and New Orleans. And after I saw what Rudy Gobert did to Brooklyn yesterday, doesn't surprise me that he went under against them. And over the last 12 games, Wendell averaged 18.1 rebound chances per game, 9th most in the NBA over that time span, and he has a 65% conversion rate for rebound chances to actual rebounds, which is pretty good. Now, there's going to be plenty of threes launched in this game, so Wendell should have plenty of opportunities as he's likely guarding Kevon Looney, who doesn't necessarily do a whole lot on offense. So we just saw last game Pirtle had 14 rebounds in 26 minutes, and Pirtle stinks. Sorry, if you know, you know. But either way, the game before that, on the Celtics, we saw Jason Tatum have 12 rebounds. The center, Robert Williams, had 9 on 24 minutes, and we know Robert Williams sometimes does not grab any rebounds. We also saw the game before that, Kristaps and Kyle Kuzma both had 8 rebounds. So players getting pretty near this line against the Warriors, and they aren't nearly having as many rebound chances as Wendell should have today. My last 2 notes, Wendell. Hit this over in 16 of his last 25 games, 64% of the time, and he's been even better at home, hitting this over in 18 of his last 25 home games, 72% of the time. Normally when he does go under, it's because he doesn't see a lot of minutes. He sees under 30 minutes, but when he does see above 30 minutes, he's hit this over in 20 of his last 25 games. And Wendell, we trust, so I'm going to take his over at 9.5 rebounds. I think he's got a good chance today. Now, the rest of the video, we're going to talk about a couple plays. We don't really have a lot of lines I like. Now, I looked at Nikola Jokic. A lot of people are on his over 12.5 rebounds, and while it was like minus 115 when I went to bed, it's now creeping down lower. So I don't really want to touch Nikola Jokic. Normally when I see a super popular play on either Twitter or on YouTube, I normally want to stay away because normally the super popular plays are never pan out too well. But I do like Nikola Jokic just over 12.5 rebounds. Just a little skeptical that so many people are on it. Now, a lot of people are going to be talking about Trae Young. We talked about him in the Garden. I don't really know what to do about Trae Young. Like I said, it's going to be another popular play is over. I try to avoid the super popular, super public plays because those never have a good chance. Just look at Evan Mobley yesterday. DraftKings tweeted out, Evan Mobley's the most popular player prop bet tonight. What did he do? Yeah, no, he didn't hit his over 16.5 points. Yeah, no chance. He had like 13 points, was in foul trouble all game. So I try to avoid those popular plays. But guys that I have looked at, Giannis Antetokounmpo should be active today. He is probable. I did like his over in rebounds, potentially points and rebounds. If his rebound line is 11.5, you'll likely see me add it as Chris Middleton will be out. Not really sure who they're going to replace Chris Middleton with. Maybe Pat Connaughton or someone along those lines. Maybe Wesley Matthews against the Bulls. But I think Giannis can get that over against them. Also looked at a couple other things. Like I said, Mo Bamba's unders, not a terrible bet either. And then you look at the other games. I really like Jordan Poole's over in points, but we don't have a line for him. I mean, he's coming off 28, 29 points, I think, in the last 2 games. Since a Magic team that's been allowing points like it's going out of style, except for the last game against the Thunder when everyone on the Thunder shot terribly. I think they had Alexi Poca shooting 3 for 20. Trey Mann brought his whole family down. He's like, hey, Trey Mann. He's like, hey, your whole family come in. And then he goes like 3 for 18. Like, it was just a brutal shooting game for the Thunder, but the shots were there. So I do not mind Jordan Poole's over, but I'll probably just stick to Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 rebounds in that game. But there's a bunch of other plays out there that you could like. And look, there's a bunch of other ones that I did like and I did consider, but I don't really want to force a whole lot of plays today because you never really know what's going to go down in the NBA, especially on a Tuesday with only a couple games on. It's not worth forcing a ton of plays. So a couple other ones. Let me look at my list to make sure I got all of them. And the Nuggets first quarter spread is another one that I did consider. I think they're minus 1.5 in the first quarter. Nuggets are normally a very good team at home, or a very good team in the first quarter because that's normally when Nikola Jokic is playing. I know my friend That Guy Bets on Twitter, super cool at calling out this race to 15. If you have a race to 15 bet for the Nuggets, they're normally pretty good and hitting the 15 points first. And you look at the Nuggets team, they just got all their starters benched for the first half of the first like 8 minutes of the second or third quarter after they're getting blown out by the Celtics. I imagine they bounce back in this one. But like I said, I'm going to stay away from a lot of these plays. Probably will add one more play. So check the pin comment down below. It'll likely be one of the ones I just talked about. Or maybe if there's nothing that speaks to us, we're not going to force the play just to have 2 plays of the day. We can ride with Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 rebounds and try to go with that. But those are going to be my plays of the day. Right now, we only got Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 rebounds. I'll add one at the end of the day or sometime, probably early morning once we get some lines in the pin comment section down below. If you want to become an all-star, click the join button or the link in the description. We'd appreciate it. Only $2.99 a month. And if you want to use that PrizePicks link, code COS, or the link in the description, you get a free $100 if you deposit $100. And it's probably legal in your state, unless some states it's not legal in for whatever reason. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's a shorter video than normal, but there's not a lot of we don't want to force plays. Bankroll manage, as we always say. And this has been Austin, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.